Just go to huluplus.com/norm. What? I'm trying to speed up through this. Right now, sign up for huluplus.com.
Norm MacDonald's podcast copy?
/norm.
/norm? You don't get any money
isn't,
from Norm.
This isn't supposed to be. It's supposed to be /Bill. /Bill. They said Norm. Well, you know what? I like Norm MacDonald. Let's give him the money for the week.
I didn't even know he had a podcast.
Oh yeah, dude, Norm MacDonald.
Hey, welcome to the show. This is a podcast, but it's on the TV also. And I'm here with my trusty sidekick, Adam Egas.
That's right. How are you, Norm?
Good. How are you, Adam?
Fine. Just
excellent.
Fine. Yeah.
Did you see him on Conan telling that moth joke?
No.
Yeah, you got to see it.
No, I haven't.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office, all right?
You are correct.
Dude, you know how many comics out there don't give a fuck, but kind of still do? You have to kind of still do to eat. That guy
Norm
truly
doesn't. He's so fucking funny.
One of my best opening monologue jokes ever. Did you ever see? Remember that whole thing when he was doing Weekend Update and they told him to make it funnier? So he didn't. He just was more Norm the next week. So eventually, of course, he gets fired. So then he goes off into the Hollywood world. He's got a TV show or a hit movie or some shit. So now they bring him back to guest host on SNL. And I'm going to butcher this, but he kind of came out. He's like, yeah, so, people know I got fired from this show. So now they got me back hosting, which means either I got a lot funnier or this show sucks. That's what he opened up with. And I know that wasn't approved. Sorry for the bad Norm. I'll have Jay Moore on to make up for it.
That was a great Norm.
I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So, yeah, I'm funny compared to, you'll see later. Okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows.
Norm, listening to Norm on Stern or anything, any podcast, listening to... I don't know if you remember when Charles Grodin would do Letterman, and just knowing he's going on there, that it was always a fucking great show.
Oh, yeah, and people didn't get that he was fucking around.
Yeah. That's
amazing.
how Norm is anytime. If Norm's the guest, I'm fucking listening.
I was at a party with a friend and I noticed you first, and you returned my gaze, knew how to quench my thirst. You took me to that room like a dream come true. The dance you performed was just for me and you. Kisses on the neck, then you work your way down. Let yourself go for me all around town, seductively.
For obvious reasons, we lost Norm MacDonald this week, which was just, I had no idea that he was even sick. And he's a guy that I knew a little bit. I was definitely friendly with him. If we saw each other, we said hello and we shot the shit, but it wasn't like someone that I talked to on the phone or anything. And I was such a huge fan of his, and I would just always end up running into him. And he just always had that smile on his face. Like as you talk to him, he would have that smile. Just a really great, warm guy. And I remember I was trying to think what Norm's story to tell you. This one isn't necessarily funny. It was just sort of random. I went out to go see Bill Cosby in concert right before all the bullshit happened out in Pasadena. And he played this theater out there, which interestingly enough was where they had the 25th anniversary of Motown celebration, which is the first place Michael Jackson publicly did the moonwalk. I saw Bill Cosby at that theater, and I remember they had it all set up where they almost built him like a little living room. He had like an Archie Bunker type chair, a little square rug, and then like a side table where he put his water, and he just came walking out, and there was no mic stand. It was just sitting on the chair, and he just came out. He kind of walked a little bent over, came walking out, waved to everybody, sat down, picked up the mic, and for like almost 2 hours, just, hour and a half, just killed. Just fucking killed. Had the crowd in the palm of his hand, masterclass of stand-up, right?
So I leave with my lovely wife, and I go out front, and who's standing there is Norm MacDonald. He was like, hey, Bill, hey, how you doing? And I talked. It was like, no, what's going on? I was so psyched that he knew my name and all of that stuff, and I think I had met him before. And then we just stood there talking about comedy and how amazing it was to see Bill Cosby and how good he still was. Like I said, this was before all the bullshit happened. And my admiration for the guy, it went even higher. That, you know, I understood why I was there, but I didn't. I thought Norm was so good that he didn't need to be there, and he was still there, still trying to learn and everything. And I was thinking, like, wow, this is why this guy is so fucking amazing. And you know, he's just was somebody that you couldn't just watch one video of him. Like, you know, I was saying to Verzi how, like, guys like Ric Flair, Norm MacDonald, there's a few people, if you click on their videos, it's like, say goodbye to the next 2 hours of your life, because everything that they did is so interesting and so different and so funny. And one of my favorite Norm MacDonald things that he ever did, you know, because so many people, like, pretend that they don't give a fuck, you know, both in my business and in other businesses. You got I don't give a fuck. Hey, you know me, I don't give a fuck. You know, those people that advertise them. Like, that guy clearly, in the best way, didn't give a fuck. He really cared about people and stuff, but like he did what he wanted to do. And when he was on SNL, how big a gig that was, because there was so few channels, the internet hadn't blown up yet. And even with basic cable and everything, I mean, it was still, if you were on Saturday Night Live and you were doing Weekend Update, it was one of the most coveted gigs a comedian could have. And you were part of this lineage of, you know, at that point it was, you know, Chevy Chase, Jane Curtin, right on through to Dennis Miller's reign when he did it. And, you know, did Colin Quinn come after? I think Colin came after, but it was always just like the best of the best comics that they had doing it, and continued on with Tina Fey and all of them. And no one's walking away from that job. I mean, if some suit at NBC tells you they don't like the jokes you're doing and be funnier, you know, you're shaking in your, I'd be like, oh, fuck, you know, I'm going to lose this big gig. I don't want to get fired. I don't want to piss these people off or whatever. I guess he was doing all those OJ jokes, and somebody, I forget how the story went. There was somebody there that knew OJ or something and was telling Norm to back off and move on to something else. So what does Norm do? He just doubles down and he just does even more OJ jokes, which is like, you know, the balls that took to do that. And he ended up losing the gig. He got fired. And people loved him and he was fucking hilarious, but he, you know, he didn't back down to the big fucking guy over there, and he ended up losing the gig. So, you know, as luck would have it, I think it was Dirty Work, came out like a year and a half later or so. So he has to promote it, and he's on the press thing. So Lauren has him back and has him host the show. And I remember he went out there, and his opening joke, he just comes out. And he was just like, something like this. Yeah, it's good to be back. You know, I actually got fired from this show about a year and a half ago because they said I wasn't funny. And now here I am. I'm hosting the show. So that means one of two things. Either I got a lot funnier, or this show sucks. And then he had that big shit-eating grin on his face, and he started laughing. And then he proceeded to do a bunch of OJ jokes.
Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So, yeah, I'm funny compared to, you know, well, you'll see later.
And it was just like, Like that fucking thing about him. And the whole time, I just felt the whole time when people were fucking with him or whatever and trying to take what he had, he always just still had that smile on his face, and he just still did exactly what he wanted to do. And I got so much respect for him. And I feel so fortunate that I got to see him live. So I remember, oh my God, I saw him right after 9/11. The Aspen after 9/11. Aspen Comedy Festival was this big fucking festival that was always a nightmare to get in and out of. Every year it would snow and people would get stuck in Denver, or you get snowed in, you couldn't get out. It was a fucking nightmare. And then as a comedian, you had to perform. It was like a mile higher than fucking Denver, and no one could breathe, and you're performing in front of all these super fucking rich people in front of industry, and you just go up and you would eat your fucking balls, and you're like, why did I come out here? And I remember I saw Joe Rogan do a full set that I still remember, and then I saw Norm MacDonald. It was at the same theater, and I remember Norm came out, and he was doing bits on racial profiling and all of this stuff. I'm not going to butcher the guy's bits, but I remember just watching that full set, and I was like, this guy is one of the greatest comedians I've ever seen in my life. And I thought that every time I saw him. And I don't know. It was a pleasure to know the guy, even on a little level. Just a massive, massive, massive loss to not have him around. And especially now with all of this stupid fucking cancel culture horseshit that is going on, which has way, way, way overstepped its bounds, as it always happens. No matter who's behind it, it always ends up, starting off with something that makes sense, and then that becomes the overreach, and then it just becomes like, hey, is it me, or did you literally become what the fuck you were trying to stop? And we, I don't know, as a comedian, really needed a guy like Norm out there to be eviscerating it and making fun of it and still doing what the fuck you want to do. So if there's any other young comics out there, if you want to see how it's done, watch that guy, because he was the real deal. All right? So once again, rest in peace to the great Norm MacDonald. Just truly, without a doubt, one of the greatest stand-up comedians I ever saw in my life. And just such a great guy. And it's just so sad that he won't be around anymore. But I actually got off the plane in a better mood from just watching literally the beauty of who he was and his work. When I got off the plane, I was actually like, I don't know, there's something about him. I just thought he understood life. Just a really warm guy. God damn it. It's always those guys that go. So there's your lesson. Don't be nice. You'll live forever. All right.
Thinking about the tattoo, I'm gonna get 2 big M's on my ass. So when I'm standing right up, it's gonna say Mom. When I stand upside down, it's going to be wow. What do you think?
I'm dumbfounded.
Mom and wow.
It's just an M and an M.
I know.
Where's the O? I had to go there, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
You know the joke about B.B. King's wife?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't think so.
B.B.'s having a birthday, so she wants to surprise him, so she goes to the tattoo parlor. She says, put a B on one cheek and a B on the other. So the guy does it. She goes home. BB comes home. She opens the door, bends over, drops her shorts, and says, surprise! He said, who's Bob? that's racist.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. The one and only Super Dave Osborne and his joke about
Yeah, tell that to Michael Richards, man. Well,
Wow.
that's not a racist joke.
Yeah, sure it isn't.
Who's Bob?
Yeah, you know, that's the way you want to broadcasting and stereotypes. 97.9
I tell you
FM.
what, let's do it this way.
Yeah.
Bob Hope's wife goes to a tattoo parlor. No, but you chose an African American. Well, the Bob Hope is dead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And she says, put a B on one cheek and a B on the other. She comes home. Bob Hope comes home. She bends over, pulls her pants down, and he faints.
Now, Bob Hope is dead.
Yeah, I know.
Bring me the body of the great Bob Hope. If he struggles a lifetime of a rope. If he smells a bit, wash him down with soap. Just bring me the body of the great Bob Hope.
Bring Me the Body of the Great Bob Hope, another song by Super Dave Osborne and Norm MacDonald. They've collaborated together on a great new CD, Music from Dead People. And this...
Another endless day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. Say I'm all I need.
I don't know if you got enough ink for his him and his I don't know if you got
Victoria, help me out, Victoria.
Here we go. No, you need more than gloves. Come on.
Why is it that you can't, England's not doing well financially.
Right.
Can't you get you call them your mates?
Mm-hmm.
They're friends.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the world. They call them mates.
Sure.
Get a couple of dozen of your mates and go down to that Buckingham Palace and kill the old bag.
To what end?
Money.
Right.
And here you're kind of I don't know if you're a punk rock kind of a guy or what you are, but you don't seem to have much use for authority. Now, Egypt has the Egypt Spring, and they're like, we got to get rid of this guy. He owns half the money in the country. I mean, right? Let's get together on Facebook and we'll storm the palace. I feel in England, the people here in this room could get in there and take. The Queen has all the money.
She's got a lot of money, hasn't she?
She's the richest woman in the world.
Are you an old sea captain? What is this shtick that you... Are you drunk on rum? We were talking outside about why you never guest hosted for some of the...
I thought you were going to say why
now I'm beginning to realise. But, it's what's weird is you're not even drunk. And yet it's the illusion of it is extraordinary. Have you had a stroke? Or have you had a breakdown? It's a breakdown. You just had just a little light breakdown on the way in the car. Because I'm pretty sure I've watched some of these other editions of the show, and I'm pleased to see that I've broken from the rule of only having white blokes on the show, which seems to be you only have white men and Roseanne
because it's supposed to be a comedy.
Right. But it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. It's allegedly.
This is stupid, but on my phone, this guy, you'll laugh at this maybe. A lot of people get these pictures or tattoos, like of me as Joe Dirt. They send you. A lot of people get a lot of tattoos of stuff like things you say or photos or whatever, or they send me ones of Farley or whatever. So this guy sends me he's got Norm of all morons on his hand, Norm MacDonald. So I text Norm, I just send it to him. I go, hey, you have fans. And then I put in parentheses, fan. all we know is for sure this one guy. Uh-huh. And then of course, like days later, David, hello, it's me, Norm. How are you? Have you ever texted with Norm?
No, I haven't. No.
Times 1,000. He just goes, he waits days, and then at 3 a.m, hello? I go, Norm, what are you doing? Are you answering me from 4 days ago? Is that what you're doing? Dave, it's Norm. Do you like money? Yes, Norm, I like money. Why? Would you like to have more money than all your wildest dreams? Yes, I would. And then an hour later, would you like to walk into a dealership and point to a car and then just buy it? I go, of course. How? And then 3 hours later, bet the over in the Blackhawks game in the first quarter. First period or something. I go, oh, okay. Too bad that game was 6 days ago, you fucking idiot.
Now, David, let me ask you something. I understand that on this Here Comes the Funny tour, there's a group chat that you guys have engaged in. How's that going?
Well, obviously we all just make fun of each other, and Rob got a good one in on Adam, because Adam is not off limits. He really pretends to be one of the guys. And he says, hey, I'm fair game. But Rob goes, hey, Adam, when you do the show, you should tape it, and then you see where the jokes don't work, and then take those jokes out of your act and put better ones in. He goes, that's what I do!
By the way, I just want to say about the private jet, sometimes Adam's nice enough to actually let us go up front where he sits. Which is
that's nice.
David Spade and I have had a hell of a time. Well, he's been a good man to me, I'll tell you that.
When we get home at night, we all get to this hotel, and then when we walk up, me and Norm are on the same floor, and then separate from Adam. And then we go up, and then Norm goes, hey, want to cruise in for a while? But I'm sort of the biggest puss in the tour. I always go to bed early. I go, nah, I'm going to crash and probably take a bath, just crash. He goes, you can take one here and we get some food. I'm like, no thanks, Cosby. I'm just going to sit. And he goes, nah, come on in. He goes, we'll order food, we'll have some fun, we'll talk, play games. I go, I wish a chick would ever do this in my life. So I go, I'm just going to cruise. He goes, all right. And then the next thing he goes, he's with everyone. He goes, last night, Spade, I ordered all this food for him, and he blows me off.
The biggest star. It's amazing how, like, some of your friends, like, seriously, like those guys who came out of Saturday Night Live, like Sandler, you, Chris Rock. There's a lot of guys who sort of all of a sudden are like real big players.
Norm got his own TV show.
Norm's doing well. What?
What?
Do you hang out with Norm, or is it impossible?
It's pretty impossible because he's crazy.
He is.
In L.A., I call him and he goes, I go, what happened last week? I called you to go on. You called me? And I go, yeah. On my phone? I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah, I got that. I go, well, you didn't call me back? No.
And he's serious.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And yeah, I know. Like, I have him on the show.
I love him, though. He's the funniest guy around. I think you need to be kind of crazy to be really funny.
He is very funny. I love him, too. And he has a gambling problem,
Yeah.
He was telling us how
secret,
he was all excited that he had $80,000. He won $80,000 in Vegas, but he had lost like $100,000 on basketball.
Right, and that's on nickel slots. That's how serious he is.
Did you always know he had a gambling problem?
Mm-hmm.
You did. When did you know that? At Saturday Night Live?
I first knew he had a pee in a bottle problem.
Right.
Remember that? You always talk about
Yeah, it's
that.
great.
And then I knew.
Does he still save his urine? Do you know?
I don't know. He used to put it in Ziploc baggies, sign it, and send it to fans.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
But he did. He would take, after Saturday Night Live, they give you a car, a limousine, if you want to go to the party, and he would take it to Atlantic City.
Really?
He's a hard ass. He's hardcore, dude. I
know he'll even get into fist fights.
And then he'll stay at a table for hours and hours.
What do you think of that?
I feel lucky.
And then you don't even know if he's married or single. It's never really clear.
I don't know, but I know girls like him. He's when you're that something's that wrong, they pick up on it and like it.
They like the tragedy of that.
Fixer-upper, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna make him a regular guy.
Right, but it never worked.
So we get the
Following Dennis is almost impossible.
Yeah.
And so I got it. This time it's me, Norm, and Dennis. I don't even know the order, but they're both hard to follow. They do great.
Norm has replaced Super Dave now as comedy's biggest enigma / beloved with all the other people.
Crazy man, yeah.
Yeah.
But he is always
Everyone
funny.
has 9 Norm stories. Even I have
Of
like 3
course.
Norm stories.
Someone said you had some connection to Norm. Do you?
He wrote for Grantland.
Oh.
We had mutual friends, and
That was it.
And he wanted to write a golf column about like golf gambling. I'm like, great. He did 4, and then we never heard from him
Disappeared,
again. Then
yeah.
saw him 2 years later. It was like, hey, I love doing that golf column. It's like
he's like, what happened? And you're like, here's what happened. You cut off the world.
Yeah, we emailed you repeatedly, and you didn't answer anything. But yeah,
Sound
it was
familiar?
classic.
That sounds about right. If we were in a court, I'd go, I can vouch for that story. I know nothing about it.
I believe your version.
But with me, I go, Norm. He goes, David, you want to have dinner?
Yeah.
And then I go, yeah. Me and you eating dinner and then talking about fun old times? Sure. How about tomorrow night? Yes. And then no word, doesn't follow up. And then
4 weeks later at 3 a.m. Hello? And then 3:01. David, answer me. I go, Norm, I can't play this anymore because it's funny, but it's
Letterman's love for Norm Macdonald is one of the most. I would watch a documentary about that too.
Yeah,
He
by the
seems
way,
like he just appreciates and loves him the most, and I have no idea why.
I busted Norm wide open because that last Letterman,
Yeah,
he went on. This is how he got so solidified in.
yeah.
So we have the same manager, me and Norm. So I go, hey, Gervitz. He goes, did you see Norm on Letterman last night? I go, no. I saw some chick bawling. Why, was Norm on too? And he goes, I'm going to tell him. I go, please do. I go, Norm, were you crying on Letterman? He goes, no, I got teary because I go, that's crying. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's tears are
And
crying.
he goes, no, because I love Letterman. I go, I know, but relax.
Right.
I go, we all go on there. We all love Letterman. And then I go, oh, guess who's producing your show? The tears paid off. Letterman, will you do my show? Remember me? I was crying. I'm like, what a baby alive cries real
Effective.
tears. I know. It's funny. But it's a good thing to bust his balls. Actually, I have to say, one of my favorite things I've done, and I haven't seen, is me on Norm's show on Netflix. It was probably a year or two ago. Not a year ago. When he did his show. He had 10 episodes. I was the first one.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if I knew it was on Netflix. I didn't know. He said, David.
Yeah.
Our friendship's a total one-way street. Will you do me a favor? And then when you ask me for one, I'll disappear. I go, of course not. So I go, all right. So I go on this thing. And I'm sort of just shitting on it. I didn't know we started. We're just talking.
Yeah.
You know, like we were talking when I came in.
Right.
And then he goes, all right, no, he didn't say that. He goes, let's go to a commercial. And I go, oh, are we on? And we're going to a commercial? I go, no, we started. I had like a can of, LaCroix or something. I go, I
You didn't
can't
do
have
an
a can
intro?
up here, can I? No one's even. I was talking to my assistant. I was just screwing off, waiting for because you just sit down.
Norm was
no
really
one says a
going for
word.
something.
And it was funny. And I liked it. And then people would say, I like the show because, first of all, some would go, I love that you guys are great friends. Someone would say, are you guys even friends? Because it was such an oddball, weirdo thing that, and I didn't even let myself watch it because I go, I just like the idea of remembering it and going, it was weird. And then I would bust his balls about something, and then he would drop me about something and get on my ass. And then it was over. And I gave him another hard out, but I gave him 90. And he goes, I hear you have to leave after. And I go, you have to fucking continue life, you asshole. Who wants to sit here for 90 minutes and talk stupid shit? Anyway, I have 10 minutes of stories, Norm. You want me here for 90. So 80 is going to be dead air. So.
All right. So your show is 11:30 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Oh,
Thursday.
I feel this is a wrap up. It is, right?
Going over an hour.
Did I go over an hour?
Well, I could keep going, but I didn't. You complained earlier about when you're with somebody for 90 minutes.
I know. I'll complain after.
You can come back.
Oh, this is Norm. Are you on his show right now?
Norm.
I'll tell him I did this and get him mad.
I wrote 30 golf columns for him. No, it was really 4.
Do you like tweets that get 1 like? Come to my site. I go, you can't describe putting during, not describe putting. That's fine. But he just is a play-by-play announcer of a golf game.
It's the weirdest use of Twitter anyone's ever done, where he's like, good putt by Tiger.
I know. That's why you like him, though.
Great wedge by Koepka.
I go, ooh, go back 10. You got 3 likes on this one. But I go, it's only because no one can keep up with it. They're like, oh, I want to, oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh.
I feel like it's a bit on how dumb Twitter is.
Yeah, maybe he's just doing a long play.
Yeah, it's a 7-year.
I can't wait till he's on the show because we were saying, who should I put him with? And he goes, David, I love your show. He analyzes him. He's smart.
Yeah.
And he also goes, I like when sometimes it's comics that don't know. Oh, whatever. I won't say that. But he just says, David, I won't do any written stuff. Let's just do something. I go, of course. I go, what's written? We bring up a subject. Miley Cyrus makes out with that chick. She likes a little whisker biscuit now and then.
Right.
I go, just say whatever you want. That's all I do. I go, she eats at the soup kitchen. I go, just say whatever cracks you up. And he goes, yeah, she dines at the Y. And he goes, yeah, stuff like that. And then I go, well, when do you want to come on, crickets? And then 3 days later, great show last night. I want to sit with you. No one else around. You respect me, don't you? I will tell you the good and the bad of the show. And don't worry, it's mostly good. I go, great. Of course I want to hear what you think. You're good. David, do you understand? No one else can be there. It's me and you.
Oh, he doesn't want 2 other people.
No, just when he tells me.
Yeah.
Dinner. He goes, you're doing a lot of things right. And I want to confirm because if you respect me, which I think you do, who cares what these other motherfuckers say? I'm going to tell you I like it. And that means it's good. I go, of course. Then he has to reiterate that 50 times. I go, when do you want dinner? Crickets. 9 days later. Hello? David, do you still have your phone? Yes, Norm. I just was asleep at 3 a.m. like the rest of the planet.
Do you think there should be a podcast of just people discussing their experiences and friendships with Norm MacDonald?
Everyone loves Norm because it's too
Everyone loves Norm. That's the name of the title.
It's too interesting because
this is what
you
Super
don't know
Dave
how
is
much
like
is an
that.
act, what's not, but he does get you, and he doesn't want to drive. And then I go, no, because he lives like a marina. I go, no one wants to come get you in the marina. No one's going to the marina for anything at 6 o'clock. If you want to go eat, and then Uber came, I go, Norm, now we're going to be best friends. I'll pay for it. I'm going to send an Uber. He goes, I don't want to get in that car with a stranger. I go, oh, we had this whole thing fixed. You don't want to get in an Uber? Jeez, it could be easier.
When does he officially move to Palm Springs or Palm Desert or one of those types of places?
And retire?
Like Super Dave did. No, and then just constantly tell you he's coming back.
I
Hey, I'm going to
know.
be in LA on
I
Tuesday.
know.
That feels like the next phase for him.
I get excited because he's very elusive, so it's fun when we hang out because he's Greta Garbo of the comedians.
Yeah.
But he is fun, and he's good looking. I always say you look like Paul Newman. Huh? I go, you do. You're tall and cool looking. All these girls were into him, like quietly, like you'd hear these girls. Norm's hot.
He's still my favorite Weekend Update guy.
Yeah, he's great. He's crazy and weird.
He really, really thrived on not getting a laugh.
Yeah,
He enjoyed
and
it
he
more than
commits.
anyone who ever did.
And
he
I go,
would stare
by the way,
audience down.
your whole thing of not getting laughs, you don't have to drag that whole thing to my show.
I just never seen anything like it.
Do the crazy one where you get laughs and then go back. But
Have
he's
you had
always says something
Corolla on?
smart. Oh, sorry, that was my zipper. Corolla is coming on. Yeah.
Yeah, Corolla. I would say Corolla
I don't know
would be good for
Corolla
this
well, but
format.
He's coming on, and I saw him the other night at one of those clubs. He's great. Yeah, we're ready for him. We got all these. We got Bill Burr and I think not Gaffney. Oh, Jim
Bill
Jeffries
Burr would be
together.
good, too.
We've got just pretty much every comic eventually coming on, so it's good.
Well,
And-
thanks for coming on this.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
appreciate
man.
it. This was fun. Good
This
luck
was
with the
fun.
show.
Thank
I'm glad
you.
you're doing it.
Sorry I got lost in the lot, but it's understandable with this lot.
Thanks.
New songs on the radio sounding fake. Prince and Genesis, but better anyway. Am I just being too real?
I've seen a guy kill that hard and bomb that hard, and it's a gift that people would pay that many. A gift to pay that much for a ticket and he could still walk up. Didn't matter what the price, they would leave. And when he killed hard. Very hard to follow. We did a tour. I'll show you a few pictures from the tour that our friend Julia Jones took. She sent me this weekend. I think they're great and they're very cool. Norm watching me on stage, I'm watching him, and I've never seen him.
You know, all afternoon, as we do this, you've been playing on and off with a cigarette. Do you smoke?
I quit smoking a year ago.
Good for
but-
you.
Thank you. You quit smoking.
Yeah.
And you, when you smoked at the Tomorrow Show...
We puffed. We didn't smoke. We puffed.
You probably caused many children to start smoking.
So you hold a cigarette and you never light it?
Yes, it helps me. I have an oral fixation, the doctors tell me. That never... I'm like Beretta.
Are you doing this to be a funny thing, or do you really have to kind of
I'm doing
feel
it. No, I feel that I have an oral fixation. You know about that.
I don't have that, by the way.
If it's
I don't
not
like
this, I go straight. You don't like sucking
I don't like
cock?
sucking cock. I mean, I have done it.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. You know why I wouldn't like it?
Why?
Aren't those animals, like inside the cum? Like I remember
the sperm, you mean?
Yeah. So to me, like it's a bunch of animals and stuff.
And long.
I know to smoke.
I'll smoke it for you if you
No,
all right.
No, I'm trying to.
I just figured it would be rude not to offer you a light.
It's nice, but I'm trying not to. And I feel if I
Sitting there with a cigarette.
I feel if I took one puff. I have an oral fixation, my doctor tells me, which is not good.
How did he know that?
I was sucking his cock. I was sucking his cock.
Okay, since nicotine is such an addictive drug, do you think someday you'll have to have a prescription to buy a pack of cigarettes?
Well, you know, they always bring up the Constitution and talk about how we should still have the right to a militia and all that. But let's face facts, this country was built on tobacco growers. So, you know, if you're going to start changing, if you're not going to change one thing because it comes from way back then, you can't change this either. There are farmers out there who make a living. Tobacco is one of the crops that got this country going. So, no, I don't think they'll ever make it illegal.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't make it illegal. I know.
I think Norm's backing me up on that. What motivated you to quit?
Well, I guess I read this thing about how it was like a phallic symbol, and my doctor went in. He said, you probably have an oral fixation, which you know what that means. Let's not kid ourselves, right? So that's why I always smoke like cigarettes instead of cigars, because if I'm gonna have I like a little white thin cock, you know?
Are we back to cocks again, huh? I go away to Ohio, Middletown, the center of the universe, to take a nice clean call, and then I space out. I'm thinking, I can't listen to Norm for a second. I gotta get a time cue here. I come back and you're talking about having a thin white cock in your...
I don't have a thin white cock. In my cock, you mean?
No.
In my mouth. No, you misunderstand. What I'm saying is this. I'm just saying
don't make the mistake of thinking I fucking listen to you.
I just want to make it clear about that cock thing. I was just saying, if I ever was gay, if they like suddenly made it mandatory or something, then I would choose the smallest cock, and I would like a guy that came fast. I don't know. I thought the subject was cocks.
No, cocks is next week.
I'm sorry. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Norm MacDonald, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody lies, right? You gotta lie there, but you ever lie for no reason? That's a bad lie there. You know, usually there's a reason, like you want to protect somebody's feelings or, you know, screw over your buddy or something like that, but you ever lie for no reason at all? Just all of a sudden a big lie spills out of your evil head there, you know? And you don't even know, like a guy comes up to you and go, hey, you ever see that movie with Meryl Streep and a horse? And you go, yes. And in the back of your head, you go, what the hell am I lying about over here? I stand to gain nothing by this lie. The hell am I thinking back here in my head? I don't know, man.
You know, Norm's one of those guys, he'll write something, it's a really funny joke, but also let you realize he's a sick fucker. You know, it's like he said, yes. You ever find yourself, one of his Norm's bits, which I just thought like, I fell off my chair, and he said, you ever find yourself lying, telling a lie, and you're halfway through, you realize, wait a minute, there's no possible way I could benefit from this lie. Why am I lying? Saying, hey, did you see Avatar? Yeah. To me, that's just a monster.
Yeah.
You know, that's a twisted mind.
Yeah, he's.
Is the First Lady a compulsive liar, though? It's beginning to look that way. In an interview on last night's 2020, intended to promote her new book, It Takes a Village, Mrs. Clinton folded under tough questioning by Barbara Walters and admitted that, in fact, it does not take a village, and furthermore, that she was aware that it does not take a village when she wrote the damn book. Meanwhile, President Clinton is hard at work on Tuesday's State of the Union address, in which he'll focus on crime, education, and the economy.
At the request of the First Lady, part of the President's speech will be huge lies. More questions about Hillary Rodham Clinton's truthfulness. In an interview this week, the First Lady claimed that she won the women's 100-meter dash at the 1956 Olympics, and that she had an IQ of, quote, over 700. When it was pointed out to her that these were not especially good lies, Mrs. Clinton responded, "I know, I have a problem," and then added, "I invented the formula for 7-Up." In Whitewater news, federal regulators quizzed Hillary Clinton at the White House this week and gave her a perfect score on the lying section. She's a dirty liar. For years, Hillary Rodham Clinton has told people that she was named for the first man to climb Mount Everest, Sir Edmund Hillary. But as Esquire magazine recently pointed out, Sir Edmund did not climb Mount Everest until 1953, 6 years after Hillary was born. However, the First Lady does have a good explanation for the discrepancy. She loves to lie. A former Arkansas banker told the Senate Whitewater Committee this week that he gave Bill Clinton a $20,000 loan as a favor, even though it was, quote, unacceptable banking practice. In response, President Clinton stated that he has no recollection of such a loan, while First Lady Hillary Clinton said, "We've never even been to Arkansas." Our top story tonight comes from the O.J. Simpson civil trial, where this week it was revealed that in his first interview with police, Simpson had refused to take a lie detector test. His reason? It detects lies.
And my favorite thing about Norm is that he will just flat out lie. Just for his own entertainment, he'll just tell you a story that has never happened. He's completely making things up.
I was with
He does it
Larry
all the
Flint
time.
at the White House.
Yeah.
And he
Something
said,
like that.
I'll hook you up. Now, if my uncle from the plains of Ontario said, I'll hook you up, he'd probably get you a nice mincemeat pie. But when Larry Flint says it,
Yeah.
something dirty.
Best.
Truly one of the best.
So when you started in Credibad,
Slash The Lonely Island.
yeah, the Lonely Island. What's the significance of that name, though? That's what really I wanted to ask. The Lonely Island. You think of all islands as kind of lonely.
Do you really want to hear the story?
Yes, please.
I do do a real short version, which is just basically was what we called the apartment we lived on Olympic with all the traffic. It was a sarcastic name from a sarcastic Tennessee Williams style sketch we did about the apartment. Akiva wrote a one-act play.
God damn, I wish I had a time machine.
Oh, to see that action.
Yeah, no, to take back my question.
Thought you were going to say to murder Hitler.
I would not. You know, people always fucking want to murder Hitler with their time machine, right? But then I feel if I got back there, I'd be afraid of falling under the spell of his fucking beautiful eyes.
It's true. You
and
want
oratory, and
be
then,
locked in the gaze.
yeah, and then I join the fucking party,
That's
knowing
his
me.
thing. He gives you his full attention. You're like, whoa,
All
wait
right.
a minute. Maybe there's
Norm,
something to
I'm
this guy.
No, but before you ask another serious
Believe
question,
it or
we
not,
gotta
they're
move
telling
on.
us to wrap it up. I don't exactly
I
know
want to.
why you got
Wrap
here.
what? This is fun for everyone.
It's the
For the
Lonely
record,
Island, guys.
I would have killed Hitler. So thanks, gentlemen.
Can I just clarify? if I did go back in time to kill Hitler, I would do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get
That's
lost
the-
in
that's
his
the front
eyes
door
and then
choice.
bail.
Yeah.
Just so I don't get like
thanks for
hit
having
from all the like
I know, all the-
defamation
Yeah,
leagues.
no,
Yeah,
yeah. You would end it. Yeah.
Pro.
Listen,
Okay.
man, I'm sorry about
We got to wrap it up.
I'm sorry
It's
about
over.
bringing up Hitler.
You really brought this live show to a new
This is
level.
the first one, right? This is your first interview?
It's just gonna get worse from
This is
here.
the first time I've ever been interviewed a
Just
man.
sign
If you
of
can bring
things to
Hitler
come.
into all of them, they're going to ask you back for sure, which is I know what you want.
That's what we're all hoping for.
Okay.
I'm sick of these kind of characters. I think we should kill Hitler. Me and you go suicide, kill him.
Yeah, it's like he died 50 years ago, probably.
Did he? I didn't
Yeah.
even know he was sick.
He wasn't. Well, no, that's fine.
I wish I could find a Hitler of today and go kill him.
Now let's take us back in time. You started. You say.
I wish I could. I don't know.
Figuratively.
If I could take you back in time, first I'd kill Hitler, but then I'd ride a dinosaur or something. I don't know what you wanted to do, but these are some things you'd have to do first. I would invest in Coca-Cola. There's a lot of things I wouldn't do if I could go back in time, but unfortunately I can't. You're probably going, oh, well, this guy can go back in time. Why hasn't he? Well, that's an interesting question you ask. Because I don't have a time machine, and I don't know any portholes in the atmosphere that I can go through, and that's about the only scientific stuff I could say is portholes, and maybe that's just for
What
boats.
year would you go back to if you could go back in time? What year?
If I could go back in time, I'd go back a year ago and just get a pastrami sandwich or something from some place that closed 2 months before. But so I don't, because if you could just go back any time, then that would be fine.
Well, let's go down memory lane just a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, when
I
did
thought
you?
he just went there. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes, I'd say hello to Jesus.
I'm sorry.
If I could go back in time and say, hey, between you and me, I think, maybe keep your mouth shut. It's getting people angry. You're really not making any friends here. Eventually, you'll be famous. Trust me. But right now, maybe you just want to, pull back a little.
Go ahead, Angela. Hop in here.
Magician David Copperfield has announced plans to open his own theme restaurant. The theme, I don't deserve my girlfriend. In one of the most amazing stories to come out of New York's blizzard of '96, supermodel Claudia Schiffer trudged over a mile through waist-high snow this week in order to make it to a photo session. Even more amazing, she sleeps with this guy. This week, supermodel Claudia Schiffer broke up with magician David Copperfield. Later, a devastated Copperfield wandered out onto the street and was hit by a bus. This, according to the current issue of Things I Wish Really Happened. In other entertainment news, a religious group in Chile is trying to ban a new Claudia Schiffer film which features explicit lesbian sex scenes. According to the group, sex between two women is an abomination before God, almost as blasphemous as sex between a woman and David Copperfield. I don't know which is worse, which is more of an abomination. Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. Christy Brinkley told reporters this week that her marriage to Billy Joel was over long before their divorce. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Christy Brinkley and that she was married to Billy Joel. In a recent interview, Christy Brinkley suggested that football players should have special gloves connected to lights on their helmets. That way, when they catch the ball, you'll know who has possession. Read these and other interesting ideas in Christy's new book, I'm an Idiot. In Niagara Falls, Arthur Curley has been charged with trying to make his girlfriend swallow a small brass bear, then urinating on her and setting fire to the oxygen tube that she uses to treat her emphysema. Read all about this kind of relationship in the new book, Men Who Make Their Girlfriends Swallow Brass Bears, Urinate on Them, and Set Fire to Their Oxygen Tubes.
and the women who love them. And in a recent interview, tenor Luciano Pavarotti says that he is so in love with his new girlfriend that he likes to run nude on the beach with her. Read all about this in this month's issue of Things That Make Me Vomit. That picture makes me vomit as well. Finally, in entertainment news, there are rumors that actor Don Johnson is dating 71-year-old San Francisco socialite Denise Hale. An observer who spotted the couple necking in a restaurant will have trouble getting an erection for the rest of his life. Well, newlyweds Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson had their first argument this week. He wants kids, while she wants fake kids. Only weeks away from parenthood, Pamela Lee Anderson and her husband, rocker Tommy Lee, are considering names for their new baby. If it's a girl, they'll name it after the mother and call it Pamela. And if it's a boy, they'll name it after the father and call it Lucky Bastard.
So I was reading they're deciding what to call the baby. You understand? So they don't know. I'm with you so far. Yeah. They say if the baby's a girl, they're going to name it after the mother. So they call it Pamela, right? But if the baby's a boy, then they're going to name it after the father. They're going to call it Lucky Bastard. He told it with such joy. I know.
Straight to the heart. I went a long time acting like I wasn't broken apart by you.
Oh man, I'm sorry, baby. You know, I just love you so much. You know, it just gets me crazy, you know? Hey! Hey! Mr. Lee, I swear, me and your wife, we were just acting, right? Tell him, honey. Honey? No! The search continues in the Indian Ocean for the Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 as they listen and try to follow the pings. These guys sound like me always listening for pings. The pings are my Chinese neighbors. Jim and Ellen Ping. Nice people, nice folks. Nice folks.
Jim Ping?
That is my neighbor. A nice fella.
Nice guy?
Let me as abacus
I want to do this.
Jesus. Oh, come on. That's not a Chinese guy.
I wasn't saying it was.
No,
that's kind of racist.
What are you, Mickey Rooney?
Hey. Hey, come on.
I know he's dead,
Have
but
a little
Mickey Rooney
respect.
did a very racist thing like you just did in a movie called Breakfast at Tiffany's by the wonderful Truman Capote.
I wasn't doing anything racist, and you know it. But go ahead.
Yeah.
You ever see any of the old chums up there in Canada? Well, you ever go up to the old rural areas of Canada?
I met a man there last time I was there that lived in the city of Cornwall, where Ryan Gosling hails. And well, it's a big city because of that now.
Yeah.
And so
big deal. Yeah.
So, anyways, he was from the city, and he got tired of the rat race, racing and chasing and trying to keep up with the Joneses.
He got tired of the city life.
Yeah, so
he couldn't take it anymore.
He said, I'm going to get myself land. Land. Man needs land. So he went to the country where we live. And the soil's not arable. It's rocky, hellish. But anyways, he liked it.
Yeah.
And so the first day there, the neighbor fella, Angus McGregor, comes over. I know Angus a long time. And Angus, old fella, he says, what's your name? The guy says, Phil Henshaw. He said, you're from the city, I hear. Yes. He says, well, I just come over to say hello. God, the city fella says, isn't that something? All the years I was in the city, I never met my neighbor. I lived in an apartment, and I never met my neighbor. First day here on the farm, and here you are saying hello. Well, I'm saying more than hello, says Angus McGregor. I'm going to invite you to a welcome wagon party over at my farm. Well, the city fellow says, that's exactly what I was looking for.
I guess I was looking for a sense of community as well as owning land.
Yeah.
So he says, what's the party going to be like? So Angus McGregor says, well, I won't lie to you. It gets pretty rowdy. A little drinking, a little fighting, a little fornicating. So the guy says, well, that's all right with me. What time do I show up? Angus says, it don't matter, just the two of us. Now...
Right.
Straight to the heart. I went a long time acting like I was a broken apart by you.
You live here, of course, in the city because you're doing the show.
I live in New York City.
Yeah. This isn't a police interrogation. Are you sure? Where about? Where in the city do you live, approximately, not specifically?
I live at 56 between 8th and Broadway.
Okay, and what's your phone number? Just give me 7 digits. All right. What? Your neighbors nice people? The people that live around you?
Great people. Every day I meet somebody new. You know, this city's great because of the neighborly people. You know. I don't know. But I did meet one neighbor. Interesting story. You know, that this guy. He just moved in, you know, next door to me. So I'm always one to meet the neighbors.
You like to chat with the neighbors,
yeah, because, you know, so I went over to the guy, I knocked on the door next door to where I live, and I say to the guy, I said, hey, I'm your new neighbor, you know, and I said, good to see you, you know, nice to run into you, you know, welcome to the neighborhood, you know. And so the guy, I said, what do you do for a living there, sir? You know, if you don't mind me asking. You know, what do you do for a living? I'm a nightclub comic, I tell the guy. So he says to me, he says, I work down at the University of Science there. He says, that's
a good school, by the way.
I can't remember the exact place.
Sure.
But he says, I'm a professor of logic. So he says, the guy says, logic. Now, what the hell is that? I never heard tell of that. He says, oh, well, he says it's a kind of a pattern of syllogistic. Well, he says it's hard to explain. He says, why don't I give you an example? So I said, fair enough. Why don't you do that? So the guy says, well, he says, let me ask you a question. He says, do you own a doghouse? So I go, yes, I do. He says, well, then that means you probably have a dog. I said, yes. He says, well, that means you have a family if you have a dog. I said, yes, I do. He said, well, then that means you got kids, you're married. I said, yes, I am. He says, well, then you're a heterosexual man. I said, yes, sir, I am. He says, well, you see, that's logic there. I asked if simply from finding out you had a doghouse, I made this series of inferences, and I found that you're a heterosexual man simply from the fact that you had a doghouse. Well, I said, good God, isn't that something?
Okay.
So I said, well, I won't waste any more of your time there, neighbor. And I said, I'll see you later.
See you around. Okay.
So I said, come by one day and have a chicken with me. So anyways, I left. So I go to get a bus, you know, to the bus stop. And I walk down to the bus stop, and I'm still thinking about this thing that happened to me, you know. And I'm standing at the bus, and no bus coming at all, you know, and 5 or 6 of us standing around, and one guy lights up a cigarette there, and he goes, as soon as you light up a cigarette, the bus comes. And he smokes the whole damn cigarette, no bus comes.
Right.
So I said to the guy, well, that theory really worked, huh? And the guy goes, well, sometimes it works. Anyways, the guy goes, what's new with you? I go, well, I had an interesting thing happen to me today. I said, I met my neighbor. And he goes, oh, yeah? I go, he had a hell of an interesting job. I said, he's a professor of logic down at the University of
Science.
And so the guy says, is that so? He says, professor of logic. He goes, what the hell is that, logic? I said, well, it's a series of something or other.
Right.
I said, I can't remember exactly, but I said, I'll give you an example if you want to hear an example. So the guy goes, all right, fair enough. So I said, let me ask you this. I said, let me ask you a question. Do you own a doghouse? And the guy goes, no, I don't own a doghouse. So I says, the guy says, oh, yeah, you're one of them gays.
And it worked, right? A lot of great stuff you can learn at that
nice.
University of Science there.
Yeah. And then the guy, and then get this. Get this.
There's more.
This gay guy invites me to have a chicken at his place.
That's some kind of euphemism. Watch out.
If I could say one thing about the real heroes of the country, which I believe are the teachers, you know. I don't believe they're the real heroes. I misspoke again. I think the real heroes are the real heroes. Teachers, they get good press though, because people often say to me, you know who the real heroes are? I go, are they the real heroes? They go, no. I go, oh, they're the teachers. It's counterintuitive that it doesn't seem like a heroic job, but yes. First of all, if you're a teacher, you get the same fucking vacations as a child. You get like 4 months a year off. My vacation? I get almost no time off. We're 48 weeks a year. So 4 weeks a year I get off. What about you? You're not one of those fucking teachers, right? You seem like a teacher. Now, are you a teacher? What do you teach? What grade? High school. What grade? What grade? No, but what grade? Not so easy when it's the other way around. It's always easy to ask the questions. The real heroes are the fucking students. I actually have to answer the question. Now, what grade do you teach? 9 through 12. So you need a grade 13 education. You're the real hero. No, you're the real hero. No, I'm just kidding. You're the real hero. Our husband said, you're not the real hero. Shut the fuck up. I know, it's a fun thing to say. But what do you do? What do you do for a living that your wife's the real hero? What? You know you're not the actual real hero, don't you? You look obsessed. Did you see how upset she is? So you actually feel you're the real hero? See, I think you've disqualified yourself a little. Because I believe real heroes don't think they are. Because when you hear the real heroes, they go, how the fuck did you run into that fucking fire and pull a guy up? You're a hero. And they go, no, it's the teachers. Not me. I'm a little scared now. I gotta go lie down. Gotta pull the guy out of a fire. That's a good job. Come on. Everybody's shorter than you? Are you working? You have to do whatever the fuck you said? No, I'm sorry. What did you say? What?
Never call you a retard.
Oh. That's an odd word for a school teacher to use. I didn't know that people that were teaching our young children were bandying around words like retard. I'm just kidding. No, they do a lot of good. You know what I read, actually, though? A serious statistic. They actually fuck more students than... God, talk to a hero. No, they actually fuck more students, if you can believe this, than priests. You know how priests... Nobody's going around with a priest to the real hero. And yet, actual priests, who I know, I'm not a Catholic, but I know pastors, you know. And my God, they most of them that I know do the Lord's work. You know, I mean, they go out and they're in hospitals and stuff, and they're doing stuff, and for no money, you know, and no recognition. And it's got to kill them, like going, yeah, people think fuck kids. You know? Like, if I was a priest, man, I just let it be known. Like, I do a TV commercial. I go, hey, listen, I'm Father Norm here. Come on down to my church. I won't fuck your kid. I'll tell you that. That's the first thing, I promise you. I'll tell you a little something about myself. I'm Father Norm, as I've told you, and 20 years or so ago, I took a vow of chastity. Now, what that means is I cannot have sex with a lady, you know? Now, that's tough, because I like ladies, and especially the ones, you ever see those ones where they press their tits together, kind of, they got a little cleavage on, but they look kind of hoary, but it looks like they don't know they're whores? Anyway, that's my type. Everybody has their own type. The point is, I don't even fuck them, let alone a child, for God's sake. Why would I want to fuck a child? So anyways, go down to Father Norm's. I will not fuck your kid. And you can leave your big-titted whore wife at home. I don't need that hanging around asking me questions all the time. It's jumpy. You gotta admit, though, the guy that put that flag in the Iwo Jima, he's close. That guy went to the moon. He didn't know that when he got there, the fucking spacecraft would crash, or there'd be moon aliens or shit like that. I know he's not. I know it's not grade 11 biology, but I mean, it's something. It's something. Imagine any fucking other fucking job, you know, you go, hey, I'm the civil servant, I'm a hero, you know, you're fucking retarded, but a teacher, memorize this shit. Back tomorrow, and then you gotta tell it to me. I remember everything I say, and then you repeat it to me. I got some problems for you. I know you're a child, and that you don't have any problems. That's the cool thing about being a child, but guess what? You fucking got some now. And I've got some heroic work to do for you. Sure, you're a nice lady. Very, very heroic. But, listen, guys. science do you teach Newton? Isaac Newton? You know, what are you, retard? Isaac Newton? There's kind of a... The hero that called me a retard is actually a retard herself. Everything's turned on its elbow. I'm sorry, what? A treadmill? Have I seen one? Wait, I don't even get it. It's not good when people are groaning and I don't understand it. No, have I ever seen a treadmill? Yes, of course. You mean the things you walk on? Yeah, I've seen it millions of times. What? I am a retard. Yeah, you walk on them. They're in gyms and they don't. No, that's not a treadmill. You remind me of these fucking teachers I used to have. I said yes, I went, I thought it was it. I'm pretty sure I have seen a treadmill, no matter what you say. It's a thing you walk on and then, right? You're not, what? You wouldn't be sure that I'd seen a treadmill? Well, you see, you're probably very bad at grading people. At some point, when you ask a student a question, and they give you an answer, you have to take them on faith. Well, there'd be no motive for me to lie about that question. I've seen dozens, hundreds. I don't want to brag, but you know, I've been around. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen treadmills you wouldn't understand. Baby, I don't think I'll ever see you.
But it's for a role in a film.
Ooh, what's the role?
I haven't figured that out yet, but certainly there would be a movie that needs a prospector or something like that.
50 Shades. You saw what's the one with Marcia Gay.
Yeah.
A couple more movies to be shot. You're into that, right, Norm? You like all that stuff?
No, I hate pornography.
You like the Red Room and the...
I don't like any of that. I don't like when love is for sale.
Okay. So he says as he takes a sip of water. Let's talk about that celebrity sketch, or that Celebrity Jeopardy sketch.
Celebrity Jeopardy.
Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yes.
That, you wrote that.
Yes,
and you came up with the Burt Reynolds thing.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do Burt Reynolds, and then when I wrote it, and then I stole it off SCTV. There was a sketch on SCTV, so I just stole it. But I waited for Martin Short to comment so I could ask for permission to steal it. And then...
And he was okay with that?
He said that Eugene Levy wrote it, and he said, we'll get on a conference call with Eugene Levy. And I said, I'll call him, I'm a man. So Eugene Levy gave me permission. But anyways, when I went to do the Burt Reynolds, Lauren, picks out the costumes and everything. He had a white beard and white hair and stuff. And I was like, no, I want to do him from the 70s. And nobody really mentioned it. Nobody really ever noticed it, but it's weird that there's one character in the sketch from 40 years earlier.
Will Ferrell, I watched this over and over. He never cracks. And in this one, with the church for whatever, was he one of the greatest people?
Yeah. I wrote it for Will, basically, because he was such a fantastic actor, and I just thought that it was funny that Alex always has hope. You know what I mean, Alex? It goes bad, horribly bad, and then he still has hope the next time. Then it goes bad again. Question after question, show after show, season after season.
I like the way you talk, Thor.
You like the way I talk?
Yeah, it's like a neat cadence, but you got to be careful what we say to you because it can be shut down quickly, but we're following you over here. You know what I mean?
Well, you like how I talk because I talk like a man. And you don't hear that.
It's true.
You don't hear that much anymore. These days, can't tell the men from the ladies.
As I said, we'll move on.
You know who's a real man?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
My God, huh?
Yeah, total stud. A manly man.
He is a
You got a
hot
thing for
piece
Josh
of-
Brolin?
Huh?
You got a thing for Josh then? Please, tread lightly in there.
No, I mean, he's a hot piece of tail.
Yeah, his tail is on fire. Tell us about Chris Farley going from one hot dude.
Yeah.
Farley.
Oh,
I
man, he's
can't
like-
tell you, like, the love I feel for Farley and his
Yeah.
sketches. Was he the guy, even off camera, that just walked into the room and lit it up? Because according to your book, there was stuff you don't even see where he's nude and pretended to be a salad and things are going on. And
He
please
liked being nude. And he would come in and like, he'd go, I'm a girl. I'm a little girl. He's talking to I'm a little girl. But anyways, yeah, he was the funniest guy. And he would always make everybody laugh. Like, he'd just go out on the street and make them laugh. And you know what he could do? He could fall. Like, I remember we all tried this. We all went on the stage and tried this because he would fall into a breakaway table. And he could fall straight without putting his hands out.
Oh my gosh.
And if you try to do it, you always put your hands out. It's survival, your survival instinct. And he didn't have that survival instinct.
Oh, well, he
That's why-
learned early on that the fall was funny for him.
Yeah.
And it was his signature move.
Yeah.
Did you see him later in life when it seemed like things were getting bad and he was sort of in trouble?
Yeah, I did. The last thing he did was work on a film that I was, a motion picture that I was in. So that's the last thing he ever did. So I thought he would be fine though, because he was a giant man with huge constitution, And he'd take like a steak and he'd put a big piece of butter on each bite of the steak. So everything about him was just giant, and so I thought, oh, this guy will never die. I was worried about Spade. Because he was a little frail guy, you know what I mean? Like Farley was this big, giant, So I never worried about him. But he never thought he was funny, which was bizarre, because everybody was always laughing whatever he said.
That was the sadness.
It was sad, because he said, like, I wish I was funny like Belushi. And I was like, Belushi wasn't funny. Like, he was a good actor, but, when you saw him interviewing, he was kind of a dark guy, melancholy, guy.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Farley could make dumb people laugh, smart people laugh, people that didn't like him laugh, people that liked him.
A lot of comics though, don't you think you're funny? Because in your book, you've got Louis C.K. calling you Mark Twain in this, David Letterman, which we're going to get to, that loves you. Hold that right there. But do you think you're funny? Because a lot of comics have this thing where the validation isn't always there on the inside of their head. We got to talk about Letterman. Answer. I like when he got emotional on his last show. More with Norm MacDonald.
Hold, right?
Yeah. Hold, Norm. Drink, Norm. Drink. Pause.
Emotional. But because I was just emotional by mistake. It wasn't like I planned to be emotional or, I can't act. So I couldn't do that on cue or anything.
I like this side of you, Norm.
You do, huh?
But it speaks to the friendship that you two have.
I like the mannishness of it.
Well, I like both.
Okay.
Kind of like a Josh Brolin right now.
Yeah. I had a square jaw. Well, there I am doing David Letterman. I did an impression of David Letterman, and I felt like odd doing it, because I love him so much.
What does he mean to you? What did he do for you?
Oh, well, he I planned to go on Johnny Carson. That was my plan. I was living in Canada, and I'd done stand-up 2 years, and I was pretty well at my peak of stand-up. So I said, I'm going to go on Johnny Carson. He had 8 months to go, and I'm going to be the last comedian that he anoints and calls over to the couch. Anyway, the guy that picked the comics, he didn't want me to do that. So I ended up on Dave, but that was better because Johnny, I just took on faith that he was funny. I don't know. To me, he was just a corny old man. But Dave was my generation, He was my guy.
But what clicked between the two of you? What was it?
Oh, I don't know. He liked me for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I worshiped him. And then I was like, I don't know why he liked me. I can just say,
What do you
I
think
liked
of him
him.
now, like as Santa Claus Letterman?
Oh,
There he is.
no, I think that's really cool. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm sorry that they show those pictures because he did it to be anonymous, and now they show pictures, so everyone that sees a guy with a big white beard will know it's
At
Letterman.
Christmas, it's like Letterman. You're Santa. Do you talk to him? Do you ever call him on the phone or
No.
talk about nothing?
No.
He doesn't seem like the type that would keep in touch. I don't know. I'm just judging, but like he's just sort of in his lane up there in Connecticut.
Yeah, he lives, he has his ranch, and he's in New York City a lot. And I talked,
There's a story
maybe
there.
I spoke to him, but,
We caught you. Gotcha. That was good.
But, no, he's having a good time. He really likes being retired. He said it surprised him a lot. He thought he would not know
But
what
with
to
the
do.
election, you know he's sitting at home. There's so much
Yes.
material. It writes itself. He has to miss
No,
some of it.
he wishes that he would have been able to do Trump.
Talking about the election and Trump, you were just on Fallon the other night. Trump was there. Did you guys talk a little bit?
Well, what happened was, first of all, like, I watched it, I thought it was fine. Then the next day they were like, Jimmy wasn't, it's Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
He's not going to ruin his chance to get to host Face the Nation, So, no, it was like, I was second guest, and he was first guest. First time I was ever second guest.
Really?
And
I didn't even really like surprised. Like, oh, continue.
But it was Donald Trump. So there's only like a couple minutes between. So Donald Trump came out, and he was with the Secret Service guys. And I said, "Can I get a picture, Mr. Trump?" And so he's like, "Oh, yeah, I know you. I love you. Yeah, we'll get a picture." I knew him from before. He goes, "We'll get a picture. Just give me a minute." And then he turns around, he walks down the hall, and gets in an elevator.
You're still waiting.
Yeah, I was like,
you're like best trick ever.
I know, it was like a Buster Keaton movie.
That's a good one. Fallon was on you at SNL. Was he the young guy when you were on there? And did you?
No, he wasn't on with me. We didn't cross paths.
There was no. Okay, I guess he was so young.
Yeah, he was a very, very young kid.
Who did you pay?
He used to send in jokes all the time when I was on Update. And I think he got like one on or something.
So he was the young, aspiring, always trying to get in there.
trying to get in. And then he got in and blew the roof off.
Anybody you paid it forward to is what I was going to ask, because you had so many people. You talked about Adam Sandler and everybody that sort of helped you. Who did you pay it forward to?
No, I didn't pay it forward. No, I tried to help people, but then it turned out they sucked. Like, I can't pick good guys. And if a guy's good, he'll make it anyways. But, I have had a few guys that go, you got to hire this guy. And then the guy phones me and goes, oh, that guy sucked. Like, he was the worst. I'm like, I didn't know. It seemed funny to me.
Norm's memoir, based on a true story. How loosely based on a true story, or 100% based on a true story?
It's 100% true.
Okay.
The facts not all the facts out there, but the truth is there.
It's out now. Norm, this has been interesting. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, Karen.
I love that.
Thank you.
All right, there's been a lot of drama on the CBS hit Criminal Minds. Thomas Gibson was fired after kicking a writer. You can't do that, Norm. Were you an update from a...
Kicking a writer?
Yeah. New cast member Adam Rodriguez is coming out next.
Here, Adam, do a joke.
All right. A good name for a dog is Syndrome. That then when he tries to attack someone, you can yell Down Syndrome.
Don't laugh at that.
It's not.
I apologize.
I mean, it's yeah.
That's like
it was a little insensitive, I guess.
Some of the 200 Nigerian schoolgirls kidnapped by extremists in Nigeria have been forced to marry their kidnappers. And worse than that, they've been forced to laugh at their husbands' stories, even after hearing them for the umpteenth time.
You know something.
Yeah, I know.
It's very hard to make a joke about those girls who are kidnapped. When I hear about those things, that is one of the worst. You know,
and yet you got a big laugh out of yours.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got.
Now, as an old-timey broadcaster, do you have other old-timey broadcaster friends?
Well, they
Who would they be like? Tom Snyder, was he a radio
I knew
radio
Tom
guy?
well. Sure. Arthur Godfrey was one of my heroes. Red Barber, the Dodger announcer.
I lived for radio and then television, and Mike Wallace was a great friend. I love Mike. He did me on 60 Minutes, and it was really great. They were very laudatory. And he said to me, "We were so good to you, I'm going to kill the next 3 guys we do." Mike was a grand guy. I said, he had dementia at the end. And that's funny to you, huh? You know, McDonald, I want to tell you.
No, it's a very odd thing to say.
If you're looking to broaden your horizons, I don't think it's wise to laugh at someone who had dementia.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing that you said.
He was
you
the best.
just said.
I loved him.
Mike Wallace was a great guy. He had
was
dementia at the end. It has heavy-duty grilling grates. Why are you laughing? You think the grilling grates are flimsy?
No.
No, they're heavy-duty grilling grates. They deliver exactly what you need to achieve when you need to achieve that perfect steakhouse flavor. Why are you laughing? You're making a mockery out of the man grate.
I'm pretending I know who Albert Gray is. I didn't.
No, Albert Fish.
Oh.
You're a New Yorker. So anyways, he was a child rapist and cannibal, as I explained.
When he says child rapist, you try not to laugh when he looks at you.
Oh, come on, man. It's not funny.
I know it's not, but I know you want people to laugh.
Fish chose his victims. He only chose victims who were either mentally handicapped. Now, don't laugh at this next part, please.
But you know he wants you to, right?
No. If you laugh at this next part.
Okay. And I'm not
Fish chose victims who were either mentally handicapped or African American. Oh, come on. Why would you think that's funny? God damn, Fred. Jesus Christ, that was the worst part of the story. But why do you think he did that? What would be the explanation? Why would he only attack? Why would his victims that he chose only be either mentally handicapped or African Americans?
Because people in those days didn't care when those people were vanished.
You're thinking like Albert Fish now.
And prostitutes. That's why they kill prostitutes.
Exactly. Nobody really cares about prostitutes. But you're exactly right. That's why Albert Fish killed only mentally handicapped and African Americans.
What about, okay.
I thought you'd laugh at African Americans again, that they were.
No, because I know him. I know he'll do something. That's outrageous.
Well, it's kind of outrageous. Hey, for the 9th consecutive year, Nick, JetBlue Airlines ranked first for satisfaction among all North American airlines. But you know what ranked least in satisfaction? 9/11 Airlines. What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy.
Oh, 9/11.
Yeah, don't laugh at 9/11
What?
again. 9/11. I tried to tell him not to laugh.
Adam.
I know. I walked through blood and bones in the streets of Manhattan trying to find my brother.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was in northern Canada. Do you want to hear my impression of the
That's going to be you if you don't lose weight.
You want to hear my impression of the 9/11 call from Johnny Carson?
The 911 call.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. But 9/11 was a national tragedy.
Yes, it was.
Why'd you laugh at that?
You said it.
Johnny Carson died at 80 years old.
Okay, Johnny Carson died at 80 years old. Would you like to hear my impression? Were you in New York when the Twin Towers fell?
No, I was in Los Angeles.
Well, either way, it was a national tragedy. It was.
Yeah, I know.
9/11. We're going to go to hell. Across the Great Plains, harsh weather and hungry boll weevils are the cause of one of the worst cotton harvests in years. Or so the Germans would have us believe.
Last Sunday's National Hockey League game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning was postponed due to record snowfall in Buffalo. Or so the Germans would have us believe. This year's lack of snow in Alaska could help generate a surplus of moose next year because deep snow makes it harder for moose to search for food, which leaves them more vulnerable to wolves. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Fort Pierce, Florida, many Bell South customers will no longer pay long-distance phone rates for nearby calls, but will instead be charged with a flat rate of 25 cents. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Little Rock, Arkansas, a consumer group is proceeding with a petition drive to get a proposal on the November ballot that would exempt food from state sales tax. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In St. Louis, archaeologists will use special radar on nearby landfills in an effort to find the 70-foot axle from a Ferris wheel, which was the centerpiece of the 1904 World's Fair. Or so the Germans would have us believe. And finally, last year, German Shepherds were rated the nation's most effective police dogs by far, sniffing out more than $100 million worth of illegal drugs. Or so the German Shepherds would have us believe.
One minute we hug, next minute we barely even hold conversations fine with me. I was born a savage, I can take the damage. Anything I do.
Oh, technical glitch of some sort there.
Norm MacDonald is on the Adam Carolla Show.
And he brought fellow comedian Steve Ravenstein in. Steve is opening for Norm.
Stevie Ray Fromstein?
Oh, sorry.
Is that closer?
Ravenstein.
Well,
Ravenstein is my driver.
Well, it says
that guy sounds hot.
It says Stevie, and then it says Ravenstein. It doesn't. Well,
Ravenstein is my butler.
All right. What the hell kind of name is Stevie Ray for a white guy ananyway? Ever since Vaughn died.
Explain yourself, Fromstein.
No, one time I was with him and a guy almost beat him up. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
What happened?
Well, somebody named me Stevie Ray Fromstein after Stevie Ray Vaughan, but I didn't know much about Stevie Ray.
What do you mean
Ray
someone?
Vaughan.
Your parents?
Somebody.
He named himself and then he tried to pretend people was catching on.
Like one of those nicknames you give yourself when you start a new school that you made up?
Yeah, it was just, but apparently people called me Stevie Ray Fromstein, and then, so he got upset that I didn't know that much about Stevie Ray Vaughan. He got very upset.
The guy was a Stevie Ray Vaughan fanatic.
Oh, really?
And he got so mad.
Took umbrage.
Oh,
Did he threaten to kick your ass?
No, but he looked like he was going to. Maybe that's, I don't know, a lot of people look like that.
I could say, I will say this: if you're going to scrap with a fan, I always go Savage Garden.
Yeah.
Over Stevie Ray Vaughan fans, because I feel like those guys can throw down.
I
know what
sometimes
I mean?
go Tori Amos.
Yeah, Tori Amos is good. That's a good. Although once in a while you get one of those heavy set lesbians coming after you, beat the crap out of you with a waffle stomper. But by and large, I pick I'm trying to think worst bands to mess with their fans.
AC/DC fans.
Stay away from them. stay away from Ronnie James Dio fans. I don't know why. They're a little bit older now. Danzig is not a group you want to mess with. And I'll tell you who you definitely don't want to mess with. Insane Clown Posse fans.
Oh, yeah.
They will snap you like
You know any
kindling.
of those people?
No, it was going to be Stevie and St. Fromstein, but luckily we didn't.
Or Mormon Tabernacle Fromstein, just to be safe.
That was one we kicked around.
Yeah, Guar's not a band where you want to mess with the fans either. Yeah, I feel like Savage Garden's good.
Anything emo.
Joan Osborne fans are usually a good bet.
Yanni, strong.
Strong. Yeah.
Starland vocal band.
Because they're all in their 80s.
Catherine and Tennille.
Do they do Afternoon Delight?
Yeah. That when I was young, I love that song.
Well, especially when the lawn was being mowed.
Why do you say that? Don't do anything.
Not only. Yeah, I mean, it was
a couple of skyrockets in flight.
Less a song and more a calling for Norm MacDonald. It was his theme song. That was what Brandy was to sailors. You know what I mean? Afternoon Delight was the guy who likes to bang his friends' wives while they mow the lawn.
Listen to this. Here's an interesting piece of trivia. Seriously. Forget about all that stuff. But listen to this. That Brandy was originally going to be.
Oh, you're trying to get us off topic.
It was originally going to be called Mandy, but they had to change it. Looking Glass had to change it to Brandy because Barry Manilow already had a song named Mandy. But I'll tell you an even more interesting piece of trivia.
Yeah.
The song Mandy. You're not even going to believe this. You know who it was written about?
Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah. Oh, you knew it.
Really?
No. Really?
Oh, no, that's just one of those gay urban cowboy tales, right?
She knew it, right?
I know. She was making a joke, really?
That's the only Mandy I know other than Moore. Was it really written from Mandy Patinkin?
Yeah.
So you wrote that about a dude?
Well, it's the only Mandy she knows is a dude.
All right. Well, that's a decent point.
But also remember, Elton John is into dudes. So it makes complete sense.
Did he write Mandy?
Yeah. It was going to be Mandy, you're like a candle in the wind, but he didn't die.
I see.
Wait a minute. I thought Mandy was Barry Manilow.
I thought so, too.
Oh, yeah. Who dies that?
Yeah, Barry Manilow.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to out anyone.
No, you're still on.
Barry Manilow may be not gay, but I know Elton John comes right out and tells you. That's what I like about him.
I think. Well, actually,
Barry tells you in his actions and his.
I saw Elton John's show at the Mirage. And this was,
the red piano.
Yeah, you saw it?
No, but I saw the poster. Was it good?
That guy, now he's out of the closet. I guess it's like suppressing for so long. Then he's out of the closet like crazy, you know? So he's like, he had a big video screen behind him. And so he said, a lot of people don't know what my songs are about. So it'll explain it with these giant screens behind me. So he goes, Daniel. He starts with Daniel, and that song
Daniel, my
always
brother.
kind of confused me.
Yeah, me too.
One of my favorite Elton John songs.
But I never understood the
He's
point.
blind.
Yeah, did he go to war?
He's on a plane. It's very confusing. He goes, a lot of people always ask me what Daniel's about. He goes, I hope this explains it.
Daniel Stern
starts playing it, right? And then all of a sudden, like on all the screens, guys in Speedos diving in. Everyone was a super hot dude. I don't know if they're super hot, but to him, they were super hot.
They're hot.
Right.
So but that guy sounds hot. Yeah. But every song that you think has all this underlying.
It's just about a hot
meaning.
guy.
It's just about a hot dude what's his name?
It just turned into like a honcho magazine, right?
Yeah.
Or Hondo.
He's like, what's your name? Daniel? Yeah, I'll write you a song.
Yeah, you're hot, or whatever the hell it is.
John Wayne movie?
All right.
Mandy Patinkin was kind of hot in his day.
Mandy Patinkin, yeah. Well, why do you mention? Mandy,
Barry Manilow.
So not much clarity as far as the song goes, but a lot of dudes in Speedos.
Yeah. But the song was still remained as mysterious to me as when I first entered the concert.
But
at the end of the concert, crazy things happen. Like all of a sudden, out of the blue, like these things like expand, blow up, like that are plastic on the stage. You didn't know what they were.
Right.
Turned out there were two giant peaches and a huge banana. That represented like
subtle,
dirty.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I say this? Do you guys feel that Stevie Ray Fromstein, by the way, instead of the way I said it the first time, in studio is going to be out at the Irvine Improv with Norm MacDonald as well Friday through.
No, he's not out.
Yeah, well, speaking of out, that's my point.
Oh, okay.
You know, there are these like guys, these artists who used to do tons of drugs, and then they clean up, and then the music sort of sucks. I feel it's the same way with the gays. When they're closeted and struggling with their sexuality, they're writing all these songs that could only, creatively, when you're kind of turning in on yourself, and you're angry at the world, and you're angry at your parents, and then at a certain point, you get enough therapy, and you clean up, and you come out of the closet, and now all your music sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I like these guys better when they're closeted and struggling. Like artists, like Mike Tyson, after he gets his paycheck for $20 million and gets a couple Bengal tigers, he stops winning. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He loses the eye.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
And also another thing is if if the subject matter is beyond the pale of polite talk, right? Then the singer has to find subtler ways. Just as an author in the old day, Tess of the Dubervilles was very erotic, and yet, he had to use like all clean words.
Right.
So if you're writing a gay love song, you have to find more subversive ways. Now when you hear them, they're just like, Ben, or whatever it is. Daniel, I'd like to put it in your bunghole. Meanwhile, Elton John continues to deny rumors that he is engaged to his tennis racket. TriStar's Picture is planning a film about the 70s disco act, The Village People. While the movie will be coming out next summer, it plans to wait until Thanksgiving to come out to its parents. The artist formerly known as Prince says he now wants to be known as simply the artist. Meanwhile, I will continue to refer to him as simply the fruit. In other music news, several major acts are on tour this month, including the Counting Crows, Metallica, and the Fruit.
He's been called the greatest weekend update anchor ever. Of course, that was a clip from
As you
Saturday
can tell
Night
from
Live.
That's so funny in that clip.
The Norm Show, you've seen him there. You've also seen him in movies and stand-up comedy. He is in Salt Lake City this morning. Tonight, he's performing, but first you stopped by our show. Thank you. Norm MacDonald's here, everybody.
You guys have nice audience.
You're a guy that stays up late.
Those two ladies right there.
Oh, lucky girls. You're a guy not used to being up this early, so we
No,
really
it's
do
really
appreciate
early, yeah. Sorry I didn't dress up, but they told me I was going to do radio all morning.
I know he gets here, he was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you said Scruff
Scruff is in. It looks like it's deliberate. I have to tell you the funniest story. Just last season, we were up in Deer Valley with some friends, and we had met somebody who looked just like you.
Yeah.
And so the whole time we're there, his nickname was Norm.
Yeah.
And so when we'd go out and we'd be skiing, we kind of used it to our advantage.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh, don't you recognize me? I'm Norm MacDonald. He was really flattered, and we told him that too, by the way. So we used it to our advantage all the time. And now meeting you in person, you guys are eerie. You and Mark Warren look
She
identical.
feels like she knows you.
I feel like I know him.
She's hung out with you lots.
Did you
More
ever,
than once.
Did you have a crush on him or something?
I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment on that one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He enjoyed it. We'll just put it that way.
What?
He enjoyed it.
What?
He enjoyed the posterity.
We have
He
enjoyed.
he enjoyed what?
He was just excited when we told him.
He pretended he was you.
Oh.
The whole, they got free food.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do people approach you all the time? I mean, do you get recognized a lot?
Sometimes I get recognized by my voice because I have a weird voice. So people will go like, oh, yeah, like, I recognize your voice. And then they'll do an impression of me, and they'll go, I can do a perfect impression of you. And I go, okay, let's hear it. And then they go, No, I sound like
And
an
is that
idiot.
flattering?
No. You know when I do my show? Do you mind if I put my arm around you?
No, I was going to say, apparently it feels like he's known you for a long time, too.
No, when I do my show, like, there's something wrong with my voice, I think, because people always think I've never drank. Well, when I was young, I drank. That's not true. But I've never done drugs in my life, and I've drank like a little tiny bit of alcohol when I was young. But people always think I'm either drunk or on drugs because of my voice. And so, like, I'd almost rather be like that because now I think there's something wrong with my brain or something.
Well, I think you're funny. I think you're a
Do
funny
you
guy.
think I sound like impaired?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't.
Oh,
I'm going to take the fifth again.
What?
Just kidding. Were you born
Scruff
funny?
is in.
Scruff is in.
Scruff is in. I want to know who.
Incoherent and scruff is in.
You're in.
You've worked with really funny people.
Yeah. I work with
Who
great
do you
guys.
think is funny? Like, who do you love?
Good question.
Right now, or who I worked with?
Either.
The guy I worked with that was the funniest was Chris Farley.
Oh, yeah.
By a million miles. He was like, he could,
All the time funny.
yeah, just everyone was laughing, like, and he's one of those guys get anyone, like a dumb person or a smart person or an old person or a little kid or anybody. He could get people that didn't like him to laugh. So it was really nice. Where are you guys all looking?
Like there's
Like
a picture of you two together.
Oh, look at that.
And you were in a movie together, too.
Except that's not Chris Farley, but it's a picture.
Wasn't that him?
Yeah, it was.
No, just another fat guy.
My favorite Chris Farley is the fat guy in a little coat.
That was the funniest. He used to always do that at the show. That's why they put it in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He'd always do it at the show. And David would get really mad at him.
David Spade.
Yeah, because he'd always find David's coat.
Oh.
And then he'd come into the room
And
go,
rip
"Fat
that
guy," and it would
guy.
always rip, and David would chase him and stuff, and he'd always do this. Because David always wore like cool jackets to get girls or whatever.
Did it work?
Behind the scenes of that.
I know.
Yeah, David gets girls like crazy.
Heather Locklear.
Yeah, like insanely
Name one.
beautiful
It's
girls.
because funny guys are attractive.
Yeah.
Funny's hot.
You've done a lot of
is?
Yeah.
impressions. Funny.
Most
Look at him.
awkward
He's like,
come
really?
on I've ever heard in my life.
I want to hear about your impressions, especially Burt
do?
Reynolds.
What?
Yes,
What?
I mean, because you've impersonated some pretty
Yeah.
famous people.
Yeah.
David Letterman.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite person to impersonate?
Then you'll want me to do
I
it.
do want
Yeah,
you.
I was going to say that is the next question.
You knew that was
It's
coming.
a tease. Then people can go see you
Oh,
tonight.
okay. I guess I'd have to say Richard Nixon.
Oh, let's see it.
No.
Oh, come on. You can't tease it
I
like
was just
that.
joking. Nobody wants to see Richard Nixon.
I don't. Do Burt Reynolds.
I love Burt Reynolds.
See, Burt Reynolds talks like very. He'll just go like, it's gonna sound bad, no matter
No,
what.
we're still excited. Don't worry.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are good guys. It's just like that. It's lame.
Was that it?
Yeah, that was it. I told you.
Oh, Bob, you're Norm
I
MacDonald.
told you
Did
because
that just happen?
See, it helps if you put a Burt Reynolds mask on. That always helps the impression. Yeah, if they fix you up so you look exactly like Burt Reynolds, it really helps the impression.
Okay, so tonight at Wise Guys, will you be doing?
No, I don't do
No.
impressions.
You don't? No.
No, I don't do impressions.
What do you
Just
talk
on
about?
Saturday Night Live, like they need somebody to do something, so I go, okay, I can try to do that guy.
So tonight at Wise Guys, what will you be doing? What can people expect
I'll
when
just
they come
talk-
to see you?
You going to do a weekend update?
No, I don't think that. I think I'm just going to disappoint people now
Stop.
He's
I'm
gonna
just gonna
pretend like
I'm
he's
just gonna
Nietzsche the
talk.
Gehring.
I'm just going to talk because I did stand up like before anything else. So so I don't know who I would compare it to. Like
Well-
Bill Cosby, that was my stand-up.
I love
hero.
Bill Cosby.
You do? Oh, okay. So
That is great.
yeah.
Gives us chocolate cake.
I'm
the
sad
cute
that we
thing.
have to wrap up, Norm. Can
Yeah,
you
it
hang
was
out?
fun.
Can you go into the kitchen
What?
with us or anything?
What are you
Or
doing in the kitchen?
We cook.
Believe it or not. And it's prairie cornbread. It's like a Utah. You need to have that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Wise
let's
Guys, everybody, he's going to be there tonight. You can go to smithpicks.com or wiseguyscomedy.com for tickets. There's all the information on your screen
on the
tonight.
computer.
8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, go to our website,
www.
abc4.com. There you go. Throw that in there, too.
You can tell he's a weekend update guy. And you remember on Wednesday when we did Raised Gardens with Joy, we're doing part 2 when we come back.
Well, of course, you watch the real news here on ABC4, but if you were ever interested in the fake news, that would be this man right here. Norm MacDonald is back, and we are talking about all of his stints that he's done on TV, movies, his comedy show that's coming up to Ogden this weekend or tonight. So, Norm, first of all, how many years did you do the fake news on Saturday Night Live? About 5 seasons?
3, 2.5, 3.
And it's stuck. I mean, isn't that what people know you most when, you know, they see you out in public? They're...
Yeah, they mostly know that.
I didn't know you were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh, yeah, I was on that show.
You could have won $1 million.
I saw that.
I won $500,000, but I didn't get to keep it. I had to give it to a charity.
Darn it.
What charity did you give it to?
I gave it to, well, I always wanted to meet Paul Newman. So it turns out he has this great charity for sick children. And I thought, hey, this fits in perfectly with my desire to meet Paul Newman. So I gave all the money to his sick children in order to meet him.
Did you get to meet him?
No.
No?
He sent me a letter, but then I felt guilty, like that I'd given all this money to the sick children only to meet Paul Newman. So I talked it over with my Lord, and I decided it was a venal thing I had done.
Well, you had good intentions, and maybe because...
No, I had bad intentions, but I ended up with good
action.
I had good result. I had a good result, and then I didn't pay off on my bad intentions, so it turned out it was all right.
All right, so you're back. You got to do Wise Guys last time you were in Utah, last time you were on the show, and Utahns were like, whoop, Norm.
Yeah, they went crazy, man. I found myself a beautiful, 3 beautiful wives when I was here.
Good. I'm glad we could do that for you.
Do you do a lot of Utah humor?
No, I
do you
just
add
read,
that into your show?
No,
while
I
you're
just
here?
was reading in the paper today. It said polygamist charged with sex crime, and when I was young, it would be a man charged with polygamy. You know what I mean? So we've come a long way.
Utah's a changing.
You think if you were a polygamist, you wouldn't have time for any other stuff.
Yeah, you'd be a busy guy.
You are busy.
So with your show at Wise Guys tonight, do you focus mostly on impressions, or is it you feed off the audience? What can people
Yeah,
expect
I
when
just
they come to
talk
the
to
show tonight?
I just talk to the audience and whatever's going on in the. I'll probably go home and watch the TV and see what news is going on. I'll probably listen to you guys, find out what news is going on, so I can talk about it tonight and figure it out.
Do you ever get stumped standing up there, like you don't know what direction to go next?
Oh yeah, I blank out all the time. Like I talk for a while, you know, and everything's going well, and then all of a sudden nothing is in my head except for a big jelly roll, like when I dream of jelly rolls. You guys like jelly rolls?
They're good. Yeah, but don't dream about them.
Yeah, no, I went to a psychiatrist once. I think he thought I was a moron, but he goes, can you describe your dreams for me? I'm like, I dream about jelly rolls. He goes, what else? I go, that's it. And he was like, what? He made like a weird face that a psychiatrist is not supposed to make.
So did you eat jelly rolls as a kid, or that's like your favorite treat now?
No, it's like, it brings me great peace. Like right now, if I close my eyes, jelly rolls will start floating in front of the back of my eyelids.
Okay, close your eyes. Think
All right.
jelly rolls while we talk about where you are tonight, Friday. It is Wise Guys Comedy in West Valley. So you're close by. How are the jelly rolls going? They floating?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
What flavor is it? Strawberry?
No.
Raspberry?
Oh, there's always raspberry jelly rolls.
Raspberry. Friday, November 6th, 8 and 10. And you're not here tomorrow night, right? Just tonight? So
No,
you
I'm
need
just
me
going to be
catch
here
you?
tonight.
Catch you while you're here.
Pardon me?
So get tickets and get there tonight.
Or not. Whatever you like.
Oh. I'm trying to help you out, Norm. I'm selling it for you.
No, but I don't want people to, you know, listen, I don't want people to show up at my show if their great aunt has walking pneumonia.
That's probably
she'll
good
survive.
advice. It's okay.
Nah, stay with your great aunt. Give her the love, you know. I'll
Well,
be
with swine
fine.
flu going around, you may not have an audience if you keep up that. So, all right.
I'll be fine.
All right, so check out Norm tonight at Wise Guys in West Valley.
Thanks, Norm. All
Thank you, guys.
Up next, we are talking how to get your lawn looking green in the spring with Joy. We'll be right back.
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah, well, the joke was a bit wordy.
Do you have any other color jokes? I mean, he's just blue and yellow.
Did you just say, do we have any other colored jokes?
I knew you were going to say that.
Fucking Jimmy the Greek over here. I don't want to.
Jimmy the Greek.
How about Jimmy the Greek gets kicked out for being a racist. Meanwhile, they call him the Greek. On TV. Mr. Musburger.
Yes, sir.
People that you've worked with, and if you're in, now listen, you were on TV for years with a guy called Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy the Greek.
And which I always found odd that he was thrown out for racism. Everybody called him the Greek. But here you had a bookmaker on the program.
I did.
Which I found fascinating. But were there a lot of guys in sportscasting that developed gambling problems? Or not problems? It's fun.
You mean, yeah, exactly.
By the way, he's got another Greek bookmaker sitting right next to him.
There we go. I was about to say, I've got Chris
He has not changed a bit in that regard. So.
You know, Norm, it was fascinating because I'm going to be perfectly honest. I knew next to nothing. I mean, I knew you could bet on games and point spreads, and Bob Martin was a legendary. But the Greek would always take me over to the Barbary Coast, and Michael Gunn, who owns the South Point, he was operating the Barbary over there. And Jimmy
Good
Vaccaro.
steak. Good steak.
Best.
Yeah.
You know, he moved Michael's from Barbary right down here to the South Point, as you know. So I said to the Greek, I said, Greek, well, you like going over to the Barbary? I called him the Greek. Hey, Greek. You know, it was unbelievable. He's sitting around. Greek, come on, let's go over here for have a dinner. And
Greek, you have to go. You're racist.
I never really thought
the most racist
when you
Greek
think about
there
it.
is.
When you think about it, he's absolutely. What do you like going to the Barbary Coast for? Hey, parlay cards. Ties win.
Ties win.
that was why the Greek would go to the Barbary Coast, because you were the only guys that has ties winning.
That's a big thing.
He knew value. Yeah. He knew value.
That's a lot of EV on the ties win.
Yeah, we still run that ties win card, and I got to make it every week, and I got to tell you, I hate that.
They do not. They don't
Mr. Greek doesn't like it. No.
I remember they lost money for a while on those 10-point 3-team parlays. I don't know if they do those anymore.
We don't do those anymore. We got wised up on that.
You say I don't listen. I tell you I try. And we both got our own problems. But
A reporter from WRC-TV was asking questions about Martin Luther King's birthday and the progress blacks have made in society. There, CBS sports commentator Jimmy the Greek Snyder gave his impressions of blacks in coaching in the National Football League. His answers could raise as much controversy as the statements by former Dodgers executive Al Campanis last April on ABC's Nightline news program.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to have to equalize it for the blacks, for the Greeks, the Jews, and for everybody. I mean, let's make it equal for everybody, you know.
And is it equal? What about in sports?
Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the coaching jobs. Now, I'm not being derogatory about it, but that's all that's left for them. The black talent is beautiful. It's great. It's out there. The only thing left for the whites is a couple coaching jobs.
Yeah, maybe we need to get more black coaches, don't you?
Oh, it's all right with me. I'm sure that they'll take over that pretty soon, too.
Let me ask you here, and I saw this, and you were never funnier when you hosted the show here recently, last couple of months. Oh, yeah, you were very, very funny. As you said at the time, if I wasn't funny then, how could I be funny now? Right, and then you went on to demonstrate. In any event...
I want to take a look at the moment when, after you'd gotten, you lost your job at Saturday Night Live, they then invited you back on to host, like 18 months later, right?
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah, and you were kind of musing on stage in your introduction about what had happened, since you obviously weren't funny enough to be on the show, but now you're suddenly funny enough to host the show, and this was your explanation.
I was ruminating.
You were ruminating. Let's take a look at your explanation.
Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows.
I remember when I was doing that, and you can hear it if you listen to it, but the writers booed during that, After not writing anything for the entire show, they booed.
It's ballsy. It's a ballsy thing to do. I assume you wrote that. Did you run it by? I mean, you must run it by. You must do the dress rehearsal and run it by the producers and the writers.
I was going to
do.
I was going to do a thing that I thought would be really cool, and I was talked out of it. But I was going to do the monologue and then leave and let them do the rest of the show by themselves, which I thought would be good for the show, because it would be, you know, they'd have to get band together and, you know, work around the fact that the host wasn't there and stuff like that.
This was, of course, in a period when Letterman had also, he still hadn't gotten over the fact that he'd been fired by NBC, and hadn't gotten the Tonight Show right. And you went on Letterman, and I still remember seeing this. He was just fired up with anger and fury on your behalf at the pinheads at NBC. What did that mean to have Letterman at your back?
Oh, Letterman was so kind to me. Yeah, one thing about being fired was, like, a lot of cool guys I really loved, mostly Letterman, you know. He was my favorite guy ever. But Letterman and Stern and Gary Shandling and all these, Chevy and all these guys, like, jumped to my defense, which was really nice. But especially David Letterman, because he was the reason I got into stand-up, and he's the reason that I love comedy so much.
I was asking you about the driving thing, because Norm doesn't drive. We learned that last time. And then I was listening to the Howard Stern show the other day, and I heard Artie Lang telling another story about Norm, which I thought was really funny and worth telling here. Again, I heard this on Howard's Sirius radio show. Artie was saying about how, I didn't know that you got fired from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, you know, cast member decides, oh, you know, I'm going to go do other things.
No, I got fired.
You got fired because they said, what? It was like, they say, like, you say that they told you weren't funny enough.
Yeah.
And then the show really started to suck, right? And this is like when SNL went through, like, its most unfunny period. And then they asked Norm to come back to host.
That's right, they did, yeah.
So he's like, wait a minute, I'm not funny enough to be on the cast, but I'm funny enough to come host. So there was a couple ideas, one of which was Norm was going to come in, do the opening monologue.
Oh, Artie said that? Said that?
Yeah, he's telling the story.
Oh, that was I had an idea. I think I know what you're... Yeah.
And the idea was to go out and do the opening monologue, because you know how now the host is like in every... It didn't start that way, but now, like, whoever hosts in the show, he's in, like, every single sketch.
Artie said this on the air?
Yeah. So I guess the one of the thoughts, and he said that you obviously ended up not going through with it, and you thought about it for a
minute. Did it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was like,
it would have been the coolest.
That would have been the greatest thing.
Yeah.
He was going to do the opening monologue, get in the elevator, and then leave, because it's a live show, but he was just going to bail. Because his character is going to be like in all the sketches, which is not...
I thought it would be actually good for the show, because it would make the show exciting after I left. They'd all be scrambling and figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
see, I didn't know that they fired you.
Yeah.
I wept a little for you, because
I already tell every story I ever tell.
Well,
you know how many comics out there don't give a fuck, but kind of still do? You have to kind of still do to eat. That guy
Norm
truly
doesn't. He's so fucking funny.
One of my best opening monologue jokes ever. Did you ever see? Remember that whole thing when he was doing Weekend Update and they told him to make it funnier. So he didn't. He just was more Norm the next week. So eventually, of course, he gets fired. So then he goes off into the Hollywood world. He's got a TV show or a hit movie or some shit. So now they bring him back to guest host on SNL. And I'm going to butcher this, but he kind of came out. He's like, people know I got fired from this show. So now they got me back hosting, which means either I got a lot funnier or this show sucks. That's what he opened up with. And I know that wasn't approved. Sorry for the bad Norm. I'll have Jay Moore on to make up for it.
That was a great Norm.
And come to think of it, I got addicted to you. Oh, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no. I need someone like you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Norm MacDonald.
You're very kind. You know, in the, what's that? Oh, yeah, no. No, you're absolutely right. That is my name. You know, when the people here asked me to do the show, you know, I gotta say, I felt kind of weird, you know. I don't know if you remember this, but I used to actually be on this show, you know. I used to do the weekend update news routine. You remember that? And, yeah. That's where I did the make-believe news jokes, you know. That was me, right? So then, a year and a half ago, right, I had a sort of a disagreement with the management at the NBC. I wanted to keep my job, right? And they felt the exact opposite. So you see, they fired me because they said that I wasn't funny, you know? Now, with most jobs, I could have had a hell of a lawsuit on my hands for that, but see, this is a comedy show. So they got me, you know, you don't want it. But now, this is the weird part, right? It's only a year and a half later, and now they asked me to host the show. So I wondered, I go, hey, wait a second here. Hey! I go, how did I go in a year and a half from being not funny enough to be even allowed in the building to being so funny that I'm now hosting the show? How did I suddenly get so damn funny? It was inexplicable to me, because a year and a half, let's face it, is not enough time for a dude to learn how to be funny. Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, you know, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is, I'm still not funny. The good news is, the show blows. All right, folks, we got a bad show for you tonight. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Eminem are here. We'll be right back.
Now I'm just doing it to be funny. Yeah.
No.
Come on.
You gotta be careful asking her, because from what I hear from the movies, all comedians will go into, well, a family goes into a talent agency, and they say, we've got this great act.
Right. This guy, they came to me to do that movie. He's talking about the Aristocrat.
Yeah.
Right.
And I said, I've never heard that joke. You know?
They have secret parties at Chevy Chase's house.
It's the gayest thing I've ever heard. I'm like, you're going to make us all sound like that's so gay that we all go backstage and go, hey, well, let's hear your version.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. That's not true.
Hanging.
That might have happened back in the 30s or something. But did you ever hear that?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. That's the weirdest movie I ever saw. I was so angry about that thing.
All right, we gotta go.
Stevie can't wait to get to Lamont Tonelli.
You say I don't listen. I tell you I try. And we both got our own problems. But I still...
Guy goes into a talent agent's office, says, I have the greatest act in the world.
It's a family act.
And the agent goes, well, what do you people do? I come out dressed as Hitler in crotchless panties.
I'd like to see that, actually.
We all drop our drawers and take a huge...
They might have to clean this up for TV.